2025 Imola Grand Prix preview show. Imola is the start of the European leg of Formula One. We go to Italy. We go to Monaco. We go to Spain. Back to back to back.
We're going to Spain next year, right?
We are.
Yeah.
Imola is typically the race where teams bring major upgrades.
Okay.
Yeah. The question is, who's going to lay an egg? And who's going to make an omelet? What upgrades are going to work? A lot of questions to answer. Will Franco Colapinto do better than
McDowan?
McDowan?
He already has done better than McDowan.
Yeah.
That's why he's in the seat. Why do you think they signed him to a multi-year contract? Not like, and this nonsense that he's only racing for 5 races. He's racing in that car for the rest of the year. Sure as shit.
Can Carlos, Yuki, and Lewis get a hold of their cars and show what they really are made of?
No. It's going to be McLaren and Red Bull.
Will Christian Horner's rumors come true that if the Red Bull's upgrades don't work, he's out?
Then he'll just go to Cadillac.
All of that and our gummy bears better than jelly beans here at
America F1.
Yeah, America F1. America F1. It's a golden ride. America F1.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Okay, I'm challenging Sherman to get himself into shape.
I'm getting myself back into shape.
This is the new thing. Uncle Mike's already on this diet. There is no sugar.
Okay.
No soda pop.
All right.
No alcohol.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah.
You have to work out for at least an hour a day.
I do that already.
You got to walk on the treadmill for half an hour or do your bike.
I do the bike, or I got a bike
Okay.
right here. Yeah.
And
Yeah. What else? What else?
and that's it.
Can
You get 1 meal a day.
one meal a day. I can
You
do
might
that.
have a little. You can have a little snacky snack for lunch, like an egg or two.
Okay.
But it's mostly steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs.
That's
That's going to be an expensive diet.
It's an expensive. I was at Costco. I was like,
Steak
look,
and
I was
eggs
like,
every day
I was
is
like, every
expensive.
steak is like $10, and I was on the rice and bean diet for the
Yeah.
long time. A rice and bean diet is like $1. Like
Okay.
literally,
Yeah, it's cheap. Yeah.
it's super cheap. But yeah, supposedly it helps you with testosterone,
Oh.
which is good for old guys.
Well, I got to do that then. For
Um,
sure. Yeah.
and it's good for- But we're gonna weigh in Sherman today, and we're gonna post the results. He's gonna put it on the
All
the
right,
screen
I'll
right
do
here.
that. Well, what about you?
I was on the scale last week.
Well, you have to get on the scale.
I already did.
No, I got to see it.
I was 170 pounds. I
I got to see it.
I
What
was
are you trying to get down to?
I was 150 pounds this time last year.
Oh, that's too light for you.
No, it's perfect.
No, that's too light.
No, it's perfect.
150 is too light.
No, that they say that's perfect shape for somebody my size.
Nah, 170. Who cares what they say?
So
They don't know
170 is a
anything.
daddy body for me. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so what are you going to get down to? 160?
150. That's
What
my
are you
goal.
at now?
170.
20 pounds.
20 pounds.
You'll look like a...
You know what? We're gonna put my picture up here from my Samui shape.
I'm just trying to get
I
down.
call it Samui shape.
I'm just trying to get down to 190.
Oh, my girl, one of the girls at work calls it the island diet.
Let's get started, buddy.
All right.
Let's start with Mclaren Brakes revelations.
I don't know what they're doing. Something.
I'm going to tell you what they're doing if you just let me.
Oh, okay, let's. Because
Hell yeah.
Sherman does know how to spin a race car. I don't know if he knows how to drive one, but tell us.
MCL 39's rear braking system, where fluid dynamics are used for both cooling and aerodynamics, a separation of internal flows with multiple functions, including controlling tire overheating by cooling the inside of the rim. So it wasn't the water in the tires like Red Bull had thought. And guess what Red Bull did?
They thought there was water in the tires?
Yes, because that's a trick Red Bull used to cheat. But
Oh, they put water in the tires?
yeah, they did, because one of their engineers went to McLaren and then they told him the trick.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what they thought they were doing. But then guess what Red Bull did?
What?
They got out an infrared camera and started filming everything on the McLaren. They're so devious. So they get an infrared camera to spy on the brake ducts, only to find out that McLaren is using a proprietary phase change material and it's not water cooling their brakes.
Oh, so that means no one can steal it.
So Red Bull, I got to give it to them. They spare no expense, Mike, in trying to find out if people are cheating. No one else goes to these lanes. What do you
should have
think?
painted the ceiling white.
What do you think?
What?
What do you think about this
About
break?
what?
About this break?
They're always up to something. You know, this is my jam. It's like anytime I hear someone cheating, I'm like, okay, this is right up my alley.
You're not cheating good.
No, it's like that's the whole point to this. It's always like what they're doing is a big fat experiment. Now there's the rule book, and the rule book's fat right now in all auto racing. Like try to do something in NASCAR, and when they catch you, they like everybody gets suspended, $200,000 fine.
Right.
The crew chief usually gets sent home for a few weeks. In Formula One, nothing really happens. Nothing. It's just they find out what you're doing. Like the greatest trick ever was the Mclaren that had the two brake pedals where you can control the front brakes and the rear brakes.
Oh, when was this?
97 and in 98 until a cameraman took his camera and put it in the cockpit and saw the two brake pedals. But it was so simple. It wasn't really against the rules. But it was super funny because Ferrari had come up with the same thing, but then they complained about them having two brake pedals.
So this is what I love. I love that McLaren, in making their new car, figured out a way to cool those rear brakes and use materials that are readily available to engineering.
You said they were proprietary.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a material that any other team could have had.
Well, no, proprietary means that
well, they made them and then they put a patent on them.
Well, that's not proprietary. Proprietary is when stupid Apple, I hate Apple, by the way. I got the earbuds from them, right?
Yeah.
And since it's proprietary towards Apple, they won't let me use all the functions on the earbuds because I have a Samsung.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But Samsung has their own earbuds.
I know, but that's what I have now. So
yeah, well, that's
they do the
dumb.
exact same thing. They sound exactly the same.
Well, so Ferrari's already bringing an improved rear brake duct inspired by McLaren. Red Bull has its own version in the works, and so does Mercedes.
Yeah, but Red Bull's not going to – I don't think they're going to be very good at this track because their car's not very good in the slow-speed corners. So.
Well,
and this track is mostly slow-speed
Guess
corners.
who won last year?
Who?
Who?
Oh, McLaren won.
Max.
Max won last year?
Max won last year.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Oh, it was in the wet. Was it in the wet? No.
Max?
No, that was I was watching the 2001 race.
Yeah, Max won.
God, the cars look so much better in 2001.
They did. They were like smaller and
the next cars are going to look so much better. These cars look ridiculous. It's all because of Ross.
So here are all the teams that are bringing upgrades, Mike.
Everybody's going to bring something.
So Merc is bringing a new floor, a new diffuser, a new rear air intake.
Well, they're not bringing the new one. They're bringing a tweaked one. It's a tweaked one.
I just said it's new.
It's not new. It's a tweak. It's an evolution of what they got already.
Rear air intakes, wider cannon cooling outlets. That's for Merc.
Oh, they're going to put cannons on the car again?
Yeah.
In the back or on
yeah, they're done with this zero side pods or small side pod stuff. They're done with that. All right. So Ferrari,
because you know the Red Bull took those off the car last year, and they're still off the car. The cannons that go down the side.
Yeah.
That the Mercedes invented, and then last year
they abandoned.
The Red Bull stole all their stuff and still won the championship.
So Ferrari's bringing a new floor, a narrower side pods along with the rear brake ducts.
I don't think Ferrari's car is very good this year.
I'm just telling you what they're bringing.
Okay,
Aston Martin is doing a new floor, top body work to improve aero.
Did you read that Adrian Newey has absolutely nothing to do with the 2025 car? He is totally focused on next year's car. So then they're not spending any money on this car. So
No,
I mean, they might be
dog crap.
They might be bringing bits and pieces, but they're totally focused on next year's car. And so is
when Lance Stroll is scoring all your points, something's going on.
Well, yeah, the car's not very good. And the same thing with Alpine. They're getting ready to put the Mercedes. They might have a good team next year because they'll have Colapinto and Gasly. Gasly's okay, but Colapinto, I think, is one of the he might be one of the new guys with Hadjar. Those and Berman. Those might be and of course Antonelli. Those are the four young guns right now. They're all rookies and they're all good. They're going to be here for a minute, especially Antonelli.
So Red Bull is bringing a new front wing, a floor edge.
Okay.
McLaren new floor diffuser tweaks to help with high speed. Haas is improving porpoising. I guess their car's been porpoising
Really?
over certain.
I haven't really noticed that.
tracks.
I haven't really seen their car on the
I don't get
track
to see them because they're not in the top 10 that much.
But they've scored a bunch
They
of
scored
points.
some points, yeah. High speed aero improvements. Your favorite team, VCARB, Cash App.
You mean Toro Rosso?
VCARB,
Cash App, Toro Rosso, AlphaTauri.
AlphaTauri.
It's the Toro Rosso team. That's what we're going to call it. They're Cadillac?
Racing Bulls.
They're Racing Bulls. Okay, yeah.
They're bringing floor upgrades, a diffuser tweak, and a new front wing.
They still have the best looking car in Formula One.
They do the way.
The car is the livery on it, the design of the car is
awesome.
It's awesome. I don't know how fast it is. It's supposedly. See, the thing with race cars, when you hear drivers say they're easy to drive, that's usually not good.
Well, you know what, Mike? You know what it's time for?
What?
It's time for me to talk about decorate skateboards.
Oh, no.
Now, you out there, if you hit the link in the bio, you can people are using skateboards to decorate their houses. You can have multiple skateboards up there. They can put your car on a skateboard. They can put your motorcycle on a skateboard. They can put your family on a skateboard.
I hope you all are fast forwarding through this.
You can also get one from Red Bull. You can get your favorite Max on here. Anything you can think of.
Is that a wrap on there?
Yes, because I haven't unwrapped it.
Yeah. No, I mean, is it a wrap? Is it a vinyl wrap that you?
So you upload a really clear high res picture, and then Decorate puts it on the board.
It's a vinyl wrap,
and then they mail it to you, and then you get to put it on your wall. It's totally cool. Decorate skateboard.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Moving on.
So Christian Horner, apparently the Red Bull upgrades
He's not going anywhere.
Will be deciding for Christian Horner's future. If they don't meet expectations, the news is he's going to be gone.
And he won't be gone for long. He'll go across the street to the Cadillac team. It's just down the road from Milton Keyes.
And apparently Laurent Meeks?
Who?
Laurent Meeks. He's a French guy.
Yeah. Sounds French.
He's supposed to be the top contender to replace Christian Horner.
Nobody's replacing Christian Horner. That's just the dumbest rumor I've heard in a while. Where'd this come from anyway?
I'm putting it right up here. It's coming from like 6,000 outlets. Like everyone's reporting it.
Yeah, but it's like kind of like weird. It just kind of came out of left field. When you told me about it yesterday, I went and looked it up and I'm like, where did this come from? I mean,
I think it comes from Max's dad. And
Max's dad has nothing to do with Christian Horner.
It's coming from Helmut Marko, Max's dad, that whole contingent that don't like Christian, that want to take over the team and want Christian out. Because Max is crying that he can't win every race. He can't dominate everything.
Christian Horner's the one who put him in the car when he was 17. I don't think they're trying to get rid of Christian Horner. I think Mark, what is his name?
Helmut Marko?
Yeah, I think that dude who should retire.
He should retire. Dude, he's 105 years old,
no,
bro.
He's like 305 years old in racing years. And that guy's a dick to everybody. He's like, I mean, I would be a lot like him, because if you ever hear drivers when they talk about him, especially someone who's a former Red Bull driver, like who's the Indian guy's name who's on TV?
Karoom,
yeah. Karoom is like, he called me up one day and told me I suck at driving and I should look for a new profession. And then other drivers said he's super dismissive and then hangs the phone up on you. So
yeah,
I'd be something like that probably, right?
You'd be a little nicer. I mean, it's pretty hard to be as hard-nosed as that guy.
Well, it's that guy and what's Frank Williams and what's the other guy's name from the old Patrick Head. He said that famous quote to Rosberg. Rosberg came in from a practice and he stuck his head in the car and said, You're going to put us out of business. Now you need to go out there and drive faster.
You're going to put us out of business? You're going to need to drive faster?
What? I'm like, that's awesome.
Now, Oliver Oaks is out at Alpine.
After 9 months.
Apparently hiding in Dubai. And the rumor is, this is not coming from us. This is coming from other outlets. So don't blame us. Don't blame us.
What's the rumor?
Supposedly he has... Well, his brother had those issues.
They found him with a lot of money, something to do with some sort of scam.
And then supposedly Oliver Oaks is connected to Dietrich Mazepin.
Oh, Mazepin's dad?
Yeah, Mazepin's
he's in
dad.
the fertilizer business. He's a gangster, basically.
A Russian gangster.
They're all anybody who's a billionaire in Russia is a gangster. They gangstered themselves up in the 90s.
So he's apparently linked to him, and that's why he quit. Plus, whatever his brother's going on with his brother, and then now he's in Dubai. Like they say, he's hiding.
How? What, he's hiding in open sight or something?
Well, I guess
in plain
Dubai,
sight.
you can go and hide, and they won't mess with you. I guess.
How? There's okay. Extradition laws. People need to understand.
But there probably has no extradition.
People need to know something about extradition laws. Even if the country doesn't have an extradition law and they want you, they can go to the government and go, "Hey, you have one of our citizens. We want him back. What kind of deal do you want?" That happens all the time.
Yeah, but they have to make a deal.
If they want him back that bad. Like, look at VJ, who used to own the Aston Martin team.
Right.
He used to own Fisher something Airlines. That used to be on the car of the Racing Point or the Force India team. Right. Now, he didn't bribe the politicians in India, so they put a hit out on him, basically, and he's still stuck in England. He can't go back to India because if he goes back to India, they're going to give him like 30 years in prison. So,
well, I mean, England's cool.
Yeah, but if at any time England can go, if India came to England and said, we want him back, they can get him back. It's like, remember the dude from Wikipedia who was in what embassy was he in? It was like El Salvador's embassy in London. And then finally they got sick of him being there, skateboarding down the hallway, brought his cat with him. And they hurled him out of the embassy. They hurled him out of the embassy like a frisbee. And the police, 4 cops were dragging him out of the embassy. But he's out of jail now, so he made a deal.
So now with Flavio's
going to be in charge of the Alpine.
He's in full control. And as soon as he gets full control, Jack Doohan goes out.
He already
Franco comes in, and Flavio was. Did you know that Flavio was Jack Doohan's manager? And so he got rid of him. Now, reportedly, Franco's here for 5 races in his contract.
He's here for the race.
But here's the thing: they're saying that they have waiting in the wings Mick Schumacher just in case Franco doesn't do well for these 5 races. Then they're going to bring Mick in for the last 6.
Okay, Mick Schumacher is not a Formula One driver. He's already proven not to be.
He's doing pretty good in the WEC.
So what? A lot of former Formula One drivers. He's a good driver. He's just not he doesn't have that little. He doesn't have that. That's what it takes.
What's that, Mike? Is that a violin?
This is no. This is how much better you need to be than Mick Schumacher to be a Formula One driver. Okay, he's a good driver. He's just not a Formula One driver. And to be a Formula One driver, you have to have that little bit of extra oomph, which he doesn't have. Like with your boy Yuki, I don't think
Yuki's the man. Don't mess with Yuki. Yuki is awesome. The little cuddly Yuki bear, baby Godzilla.
Anyways,
Yuki, we love you.
Word on the street is Lawson's going to be out of his ride in the next couple of races too. So
I think with these upgrades, I think Lawson, what he needs to do,
he's getting whooped by a rookie, like whooped.
He just needs to calm down.
No, he's not that good. He's like they brought him up. It's like another thing that Red Bull keep doing is they bring up the wrong guy. They could have got Sainz. They could have went out and tricked Vettel to come back. There's so many other people, and they could have just kept Perez. I'm like, why would they get rid of Perez? They won the championship every year. Perez was there.
Except last year.
Well, last year wasn't their fault though. It wasn't Perez's fault. It was the car's fault.
Right.
So. No, but they still won the Drivers' Championship. So they still won a championship with him. And to go to Lawson, he lasted 2 races. And the reason he's not there anymore is because
he's not good.
Because the engineers didn't like the way he was giving them feedback.
Oh, really?
That's a big deal. You have to get because a race car driver's brains are in their ass, and supposedly he had no brains in his ass. So he said he came, but he didn't give good feedback. It was the same thing with Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent wasn't in shape. He didn't get himself in. He didn't. I don't know how you can be a Formula One driver and not be in shape. It makes no sense because you have to be in shape now.
Right.
Even the NASCAR guys, I was watching Junior's show, and he said at one point when he was at Hendrick Motorsports, he's like, they made everybody work out together every, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Right.
Thursday.
Well,
So-
you got to be in shape. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no excuse not to be in shape in any sport that
Yeah,
you're
it's
getting
like-
paid
it's
for.
just- it's
Because that's
just-
your job.
It's
They're
like
paying you to work
it's
out.
2 hours a freaking day. It's
Yeah.
like
Get in there, bro.
you're gonna do it, and you're not even working anymore. So
Only because I got hurt.
we gotta weigh
I
Sherman.
was in
We're
a crash.
gonna have a weigh in today. We're putting it right there. I think. How much do you think you weigh right now?
Probably 2.
2 something?
Yeah, 208.
How tall are you?
5'10".
Oh shit! You should be like 170.
No, I should be 190. That's good.
No,
for me.
you
'Cause
should be like
big.
170.
I lift weights. I'm
No,
a big
no,
dude.
no,
you
no.
know?
You have 20 or 30 pounds on easy. That should be your goal. You should set a goal for yourself.
190.
190 is like 20. Okay, it's 20
That's what
pounds.
I wore. That's what I weighed in college. That's what
Was 190 really?
Yeah,
All right.
solid 190.
And you were cut and everything.
cut and everything, bro.
All right, so 190 is the goal. Because
Yeah,
my
190 's
goal is
the goal.
150.
Yeah, 150 is too. You're
No, dude,
you're
my
anorexic.
the best shape I was ever in was 2010. I was
So,
147.
Who's gonna win this race, Mike?
Piastri. He's on a
For
roll right now.
5 in a row.
Maybe no 4 in a row. He did 3 in a
Yeah,
row.
4 in a row.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
will be
tic
4.
tac toe. Yeah, 3 in
Yeah.
a row. Yeah, this will be 4.
But unless Lando, shows up in qualifying, because remember the last few races he blew qualifying.
If he shows up in qualifying, he wins. Because there's not much passing in Imola.
Well,
There's just
Imola's
not.
you can pass going down this front straightaway. If you get the last 2 corners, because you go downhill and it's like a very tricky corner.
Mm.
And Rubens Barrichello in '94 during the Imola death race missed coming off the last corner and launched himself. Look this up and put it up here if you can find it. It's the gnarliest accident because he said he was in the car and he was like, whoops, and that's the last thing he remembers because he got a concussion. He almost died. He either got a concussion or a skull fracture, but he survived. But he doesn't remember it.
Well,
And that was the day Senna died. It was the next day Roethlisberger died in qualifying, and then the next day Senna died.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say somehow, some way, Max wins this race.
Max he doesn't have the best car. I mean, in Miami that was a slaughter. I mean, McLaren were just the best. I mean, that maybe the Red Bull will work here, but like in that last race, that car was not very good in the twiddly bits, not at all. But there's not a lot of twiddly bits in Imola. There's only that one when you come.
Well, they changed a lot of the turns too. Actually, they upgraded.
Since when?
Oh, that's what they're talking about.
Well, this is going to be the
Imola
last
preview. And they said
This
they
will probably
changed
be the
it.
last Imola race for a while because they're not. They don't have a contract for next year, and they didn't come here for a while because it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, well,
They
they're
don't-
adding Barcelona.
What?
They're going to add Barcelona street race next year.
No, it's Madrid.
Yeah, right. Madrid next year. Street race.
It's going to be
That's going to be.
They have a track there. I don't
know.
understand
It's
what
gonna
they
be
do
hoopty.
this
It's
for.
going to be hoopty.
Because remember when they used to run the Valencia race?
Yeah.
It was it would be like racing in Oakland's. We have a shipping container facility over there. That's their shipping container facility, and they had the America's Cup there too at one point in the same facility. But that was it was a horrible track. It was like,
Does Yuki make top 6? Why are you staring at me like that?
Yuki Tsunoda is going to come in 15th.
Yuki Snow is going to come top 10.
15th.
Where
He'll be a second off of Max.
What about Carlos?
The Williams were good last week. They were better than the Ferraris, and they were just as good as the Mercedes. So that team,
I think Carlos and Alex will be double points again.
Maybe it depends on
Don't count out George Russell in this race either.
Well, George, he's been on the podium every race.
He's
It's
there.
like
George does nothing, he gets third. George does nothing, he gets third. George does nothing, he gets third.
Yeah, but his car isn't that good. It's like that's what I'm saying. It's like the two best cars right now is definitely. I mean, after the last race, the McLaren, and the Red Bull, and then there's the Mercedes.
Yeah.
And then there's basically everybody else.
Everybody else, yeah.
Williams,
Ferrari.
Ferrari, and Haas are the three teams after that, depending on where they're, and the Alpine.
And Alpine could show up because,
Yeah, but the Alpine, they're not putting anything into this car. Do they have any upgrades?
No,
I don't think so.
Nah.
And Flavio's in charge of that team now. I mean, I think he was always in charge.
I think also, if Oliver Oak's brother didn't have those issues, I think he would have probably quit sooner or later anyway. Because Flavio was probably telling him, "You do this, you do that, you listen to Flavio.
Well,
do this, you do that, you listen."
The thing about
Flavio.
the principal's job is it's mostly a political position. Like Horner, remember we always complain about him whining into the camera all the time.
Right.
That's his job. That's literally his job, is to defend his team. And Flavio's he's Flavio, dude. He did that twice. He took that team. He took the Benetton team. He was not a motorsports guy. He took that team, won 2 championships with it. Then he left the sport for a minute, came back, took over the team again, and won 2 more championships.
Mike, what kind of wallet do you have in your pocket?
I don't have a wallet.
You don't have a wallet? How do you keep your money?
In a wallet.
In a wallet? Is it a big wallet?
Well, when I get my new phone, I'm gonna get the wallet with the
thing. Have you ever seen a Ridge wallet, Mike?
Yes, I have. We're better be getting paid for this.
What do you think about Ridge wallets? Ridge wallets. Small, compact, eco-friendly.
You at least
can get your NFL team on here. You can get your basketball team on here. You can get your hockey team on here. It can hold your money. And it can hold your cards. It can hold up to 15 credit cards. Your ID.
What do you need 15 credit cards for?
The thing I like about the Ridge wallet, Mike, is it's so small.
Where's mine?
It's so compact. I can put it in my pocket, and it's not like George Costanza where it weighs on my back and it's so heavy.
Where's mine?
Ridge wallet. Get it today.
Do I get one?
Sure, I'll give you one.
Where?
I got one for you
Where?
Upstairs. I'll give you one.
You better have one for me.
Are you going to use it?
Yeah, I'll use it.
Will you use it?
Well, no.
Oh, come on, man.
When I get my new phone, I'm going to get a phone thing.
Well, then I'm not giving it to you.
Because I only have one credit card, and I only have one ID, so I don't need a 15.
But it's so cool.
No, it's not.
Ridge wallet.
Only a dork would have a wallet nowadays. Anyways.
Anyway. What are you laughing at?
That's funny. You are a dork. It's true. It's
You're
Star
a dork.
Wars.
I'm not a dork.
Star Wars. He probably plays
Star Wars. Yes,
probably plays Dungeons and Dragons.
I used to play Dungeons and Dragons.
He's probably seen every Harry Potter movie top to bottom.
I have seen all the Harry Potter movies. I like Star Trek. I like Star Wars. I like racing. I like science fiction.
Sherman the Dork Tillman. There we go.
I like nerding out, bro.
Of course you do. What's the thing on the hit parade? I got to go.
So do I.
I got things to do, and so do you.
I do have things to do.
All right.
And on that note, keep on.
That's it?
Racing, everybody.
Was that it, really?
Can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you
to stop what you're doing.
Come on, players, stop hating. Stop hating. Start participating. Start participating, Star. Come on, twinkle, twinkle, baby. Twinkle, twinkle.